Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 14. In the last episode, you saw that the transfer window had reopened for January, and I said that I would be signing one top player. You're going to find out who that is a bit later on. But first, I did receive a couple of offers for some of my players, such as Nani, Vidal, an offer from Arsenal for Vidal, not going to happen, an offer from City for Vertonghen, was going to reject that all day long, and this one from Real Sociedad for Danny Welbeck. I know his form is bad at the moment, but I'm sure he can turn that one around, so he'll be staying with Manchester United. Now, I don't have the best of budgets for January, and that's to be expected, it's mid-season, but at the time I was still confident of putting a deal together for a top player. In the last episode, you saw me trying to put something together to bring Angel Di Maria, who is a favourite amongst some of you guys in the comment section below. You're always saying, oh, sign Di Maria. He would be a perfect signing, but I've got a couple of other players in mind that I could possibly bring to Old Trafford if that deal doesn't go through with Real Madrid. So anyway, before I could carry on with the transfer side of things, I had a couple of games I had to play. Our first game of this video, we had to play against Swansea. I know it's the same fixture that's just happened in real life on the opening day of the Premier League season, where Manchester United did lose. But would that be the case in this career mode? You guys are just going to have to stay tuned to find out. I thought Swansea had made it 1-0 there with Wilfried Bony hitting the ball first time round, and I did honestly think he found the top right hand corner. Thankfully, it just went wide into the Stretford end. United, we piled on the pressure then, just moments later. But United, more crucial than Swansea were with their attack. As we got the opening goal, it would be Robin van Persie receiving just a simple pass from Kagawa. He was in the middle of the penalty area. Had time as well to just line up the shot, but I still struck it first time, and you'll see it here on the replay. Just pulled the ball back, and there's Van Persie just striking the ball on his left foot. United 1-0 up against Swansea. I did want to extend my lead to 2 before half time, and Rooney, who was almost relishing in that space that was shown, couldn't get a foot to it, couldn't get the ball into that space that he was shown seconds before, and Ben Davies, Ashley Williams just mopped up for Swansea. They did a great job preventing the ball from possibly going into the back of the net for a second time, and they knew if that had have happened, then Swansea would have had a mountain to climb, especially at Old Trafford, and they just wouldn't be able to take hold of the reins, which they so wanted to do in this game. But Swansea before half time made it 1-1, and yes, it would have to be Key that got the equaliser, and with that they grew in confidence even going into the second half. Nani had a good chance there of succeeding with the lob ball over the top of their back four, trying to seek out Van Persie, but eventually for Swansea the ball landed into the safe hands of Vorm. Now in the 75th minute, Juan Mata, Van Persie and Wayne Rooney all linked up nicely. We've seen this many times throughout the season already. Vorm pulled off a magnificent save. Now I find whenever you hit the ball hard enough, it's almost destined for the keeper to save it. I'm not sure if any of you guys have picked up on that. But anyway, with that corner, Rooney swung it in and found the head of Mats Hummel. 76th minute, United found themselves in the lead. Old Trafford roaring, and that's what the score should have been in real life against Swansea on the opening day of the Premier League. But anyway, we come away with the 3 points in this career mode save, and it was straight on to our next game, which was against Chelsea. In the last episode, we played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That was in the FA Cup, and they knocked us out, so I was out to maybe get a bit of revenge on them. The last game against Chelsea in the Premier League ended 3-0, 3-1, where Mata just took control for United and dominated for his team. Now, I remember saying at the time in that video, I'm looking forward to that return fixture where we play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, because they were looking like a weak team at the time, and I thought, well, I'm sure we can get all 6 points out of these two fixtures against them in the league. And of all people, yes, it would have to be Juan Mata once again getting the opening goal in this fixture, and a celebration like that in front of the Chelsea fans, it would seriously piss them off. But what a finish. Cech came out to meet his former teammate Mata, maybe try and get a hold of the ball, but he failed as Mata found the top right hand corner. But moments later, Ramirez for Chelsea got the equaliser. This game was turning into something special. It was turning into a heavyweight bout. It was pretty much a title decider. If we won this game, Manchester United would go top of the league for the first time this season. So it was expected that Chelsea would be putting up one hell of a fight trying to keep their position at the top of the table, but I was confident that this Manchester United side could take it to them as well. So in a way, both teams were cancelling each other out, which is why the game stood at 1-1 come the 50th minute. We did get another corner here after a header by Mats Hummels, tipped over the bar by Petr Cech, and with a second corner, Luke Shaw headed the ball back out to Nani, who was pushed slightly but still managed to pop off a shot, and Petr Cech keeping his team in this game. 10 minutes later, Wayne Rooney here with a lob ball over the top, found Nani, but Nani went down in the box, and I thought maybe there should have been a penalty there, but the ball fell to Robin van Persie. He was just laying in wait, and he struck with such venom, passing the ball into the back of the net, putting United into the lead for the second time of the game. Petr Cech really should be doing better there, to be honest. Chelsea again piling on the pressure. Luke Shaw coming in with a crucial header to clear the danger, but it wasn't gone completely as Oscar went for another shot. It deflected back. He tried to look for Willian. Nothing came of it. I just had to get rid of it and knocked it out for a corner. But with just seconds to go of the game, went for the finesse shot with Vidal, and United would come away from Stamford Bridge with all 3 points. And I was kind of surprised that the game actually gave that. Well, when you look at the replay, the ball did actually go across the line, but remember when I said a couple of episodes ago, have you guys ever come across something like that with the goal line technology, or when a ball goes across the line? Well, it actually happened with me. Look at that. The ball, as you see, fully over the line. It was given. What a sweet finish. So the final score at Stamford Bridge, 3-1 to Manchester United, and they will now take their rightful place at the top of the Premier League. All I have to do now is make sure that I just keep winning, and we can come away with my first Premier League trophy with Manchester United on the next gen, or the current gen version of FIFA 14. I haven't done it yet, so this could be our season to win the Premier League. And I love that headline, as you just saw, Manchester United continue their winning ways. And there was the league table after that game against Chelsea. Only 15 games remain, and we are top by 2 points. At the bottom, you've got Leicester, Norwich and Stoke. Let's keep it going. The top goal scorers, as it stands, is Van Persie and Rooney, joint top, with Jovetic following close behind for Man City. It's now on to transfers. This is the main bit. This is what you've all been waiting for. A deal for Angel Di Maria. Now, before I made an official bid, I put in an inquiry. Madrid, they came back and they said, no, he's just not for sale, and it's as simple as that. Don't bother wasting your time. But I did put in a bid anyway, 50 million plus Kagawa, and of course they came back and they said, no, it's just unacceptable. We don't want Kagawa, we don't want 50 million. So I upped it anyway to 20 million plus Kagawa. I think that's a good deal. And then Madrid had the cheek to come in with a 19.5 million bid for Nani. If they're going to play that with Di Maria, that he's just not for sale, I'm going to play it with Nani. See how they like that one. I did try to do maybe a swap deal with 15 to 20 million, but they just weren't having it, so screw them. But I had a backup plan. His name's Marco Reus, and he accepted my contract offer. Ladies and gentlemen, Marco Reus will be joining Manchester United for the remainder of this season, for the remainder of this career mode save with United before we end for FIFA 15. I know it's another Dortmund player. I know I've already got Mats Hummels in the team as well, but Real Madrid, they just weren't letting go of Di Maria. I would have gone after Di Maria if they accepted, and he accepted the contract offer. He was going to be my first choice, but Madrid, again, they just weren't having any of it. So Reus joins United right on the deadline of the transfer window. Kagawa returns to his former side, Dortmund, and Reus, ladies and gentlemen, will take up the number 11 shirt. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.